Well, I was telling my friend earlier about when I was doing the previous video about the magnetic switch. As I was demonstrating, there's a magnetic field on the output side here. Now, when I attach my biasing magnets, oh, my light again, get my light on. Right, when I attach my biasing magnets to the trigger side where the rotors pass by, we can actually see that the magnetic field has dissipated. There's nothing there, right? And as with the tweezers, it doesn't attach, right? Okay, but if I reverse my magnets on the drive side, now it should be on. There we go. As you can see, it's on. Now, what I forgot to show you, now this is important, is that this magnetic switch is working, and I'm going to prove that it's working. Because normally when you generate electricity, the coil would be here, in this section here, right? The whole point is, when you're taking power from the generated field, is not to have an interaction with the rotors. Now this is what I'm going to show you now. So when I take my magnets off the drive side, and if I attach them to the actual coil side, now imagine this was the coil sending back signals back to the rotors. Now if I attach the magnets onto the actual output side, what do you think will happen on the input side? Nothing there. Will we get enough attraction to hold the tweezers? Well, a little bit. There's a tiny bit there, a very tiny amount. But most of it is, there's very little there. Let's put this on let's turn this around now. Look at the magnetic gauge again. I have nothing deflecting my magnets here at all. Now let's reverse the magnets around. Now normally this side should push the south pole, which is what the gauge is. What do we have? Nothing. Again. Oh, there's a tiny little bit. There's a very tiny little bit. And in fact, it didn't move until I wiggled it. But we have a small amount coming back. Now let's try the tweezer test. Yeah, we do have some attraction on here, but not much. Not as much as we do on the other side. So the switch is working. As I can show you on the gauge there. Now let's put it on the input side. That's on the input side. Now let's do this again. As you can see, we have a lot more deflection on the coil side. So the whole point really is not to have interaction between the coil and the rotors in effect to slow them down, to create reverse back electromagnetic fields. Now let's turn the field off. See if I can. Let me just see if I can hold this. Hang on, let me just pause a minute. Right, I've had to set this close peg up to hold the gauge because I've only got two hands. Now, this is with the magnetic field turned on. I'll remove it, and that is with it basically turned off. But the gauge is at an angle now, so it's not actually working properly. Maybe just it's sticking a bit in the tube. Right, okay. It tends to move around a bit. With the field, it pushes the actual gauge as well. Right, that's with it. As you can see, it's moving because the field. That's with it turned on. and I'm turning the magnets on the other side, and hang on, that's where it turned off, but it's actually bent slightly, so I had to stick a washer on there so it wouldn't get too close, because the magnet is attracted to the iron as well, and it tends to stick to the iron, so the washer's just to create a little gap. It's plastic nylon washer. There was one of these. Right, let's now just turn it back on again. There you go, you can see the magnet flies out. Oh, that's good because it's not sticking now. And now turn it off. And it's sticking again. This close peg is not very good. It keeps moving. See if I can put something behind it. Hold it up a bit. I don't know if that will hold it or not. Actually, something heavier, something a bit bigger. Well, that ketchup bottle seems to be doing the trick. Right, okay, so that's with it off. Turn the magnets, and that's with it on. See if I can show you it from a distance. So it's sticking a bit. The magnet's creeping along slowly. This thing keeps moving. It's still moving. I think it sticks in the tube a bit. Right. Okay. That's with it off. That's with it on. Damn it. Okay. Right. Yeah, it just sticks on, off. You see, there's a slight bit of positive bias anyway on these switches. I have got a little bit of positive bias, so there we go. And it comes on quite easily because of the positive bias. On, off. Now, I'm wiggling it around at this end a bit because it's the angle as well that affects it. But as you can see, the switch works. I wanted to get more positive, south pole on this output side, because obviously when there's two rotors rotating, the one on this side, when that's south, it will be pushing, so this end will be neutralized and become more north anyway. But yeah, anyway, as I'm showing you, there is it definitely switches on quite easily, and it switches off alright as well. It's just sometimes it sticks. Actually, if I vibrate it a bit, it helps. There we go. Ouch. I've still got south on there. Right, I'm easing it off a bit now. So anyway, there's a bit more tuning to do. Thanks for watching.